With Francois Fillon securing a candidacy for president with France's centre-right Republican Party, Moscow will be closely watching the French election in April. Not least because Mr. Fillon is an advocate of closer relations with Russia.
Eh bien, pour gagner cette guerre,
we are going to need a lot of effort and many allies, and among those allies is Russia, which we continue to sanction when it is Islamic State that we must defeat together.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says he welcomes intentions to improve ties with Moscow, voiced by the French presidential candidate. Vladimir Putin and Francois Fillon have good personal relations that began when the two men were their country's prime ministers. Mr. Fillon's foreign policy is in stark contrast with the current president Francois Hollande, who has been accused in Russia of pursuing an American-aligned agenda. Russia has been under EU and US sanctions over its annexation of Crimea from Ukraine since 2014. As a result, this and the plunge in global oil prices have led to a financial crisis in the country. So it's no surprise that Moscow is keen to have these sanctions lifted. However, some experts say it remains to be seen whether right-of-centre leaders in Europe act on their calls for closer ties with the Kremlin.
Right-wing politicians, despite showing clear sympathy towards Russia when they are being nominated to a high-level post, as a rule, once they are elected, they tend to change their point of view and start to take into consideration Washington's view.
Moscow will be keeping a keen eye on the changing political landscape in Europe. The UK is preparing for Brexit, and in France and Austria, right-wingers are seen as favourites in presidential elections. And all of this as the Kremlin eagerly awaits the arrival of Donald Trump in the White House, with Russia putting much faith in him for better, improved US-Russian relations. Lyubova, CCTV, Moscow.